Hello and welcome to the very first edition of SplashCast, a weekly talking head podcast reporting on the important news for water and wastewater industry professionals in the UK and Ireland. It's been a slow news week, which isn't surprising considering it's the last week of August. And yet, there was still enough news hitting my inbox to make me raise an eyebrow or two. Here's what happened. Week commencing the 25th of August 2025. The UK government announced that Britain's industrial and energy sectors are set to benefit from a new, modernised environmental permitting regime, with greater flexibility, faster timelines, and less red tape poised to boost innovation and drive economic growth. The change is designed to address points raised in the Corrie Review, that current environmental regulation can be risk-averse, inefficient, and difficult to navigate, holding back innovation and growth. Next up, and never one to be left out of the weekly news, Thames Water has now agreed a payment plan with Ofwat relating to penalties issued to the water company back in May, when Ofwat published its final decisions for 2 enforcement cases against Thames Water. These decisions included imposing 2 penalties on the company, one of £104.5 million from the investigation into its wastewater business, and one of £18.2 million from the investigation into dividend payments the company had made. While these penalties were originally due to be paid by the 20th of August 2025, legislation sets out that a company can apply to Ofwat to request a payment plan for an enforcement penalty. Thames Water made such an application, and Ofwat has agreed. Welsh Water has confirmed the appointment of Roch Giroux as its new chief executive. Roch has held senior operational and leadership roles across Europe, Asia and Australia, and was chief executive at Sydney Water, Australia's largest water utility between 2019 and March 2025. Roch will join the company on October 6th and formally take on the role of chief executive in the new year. He succeeds Peter Perry, who has served as chief executive of Welsh Water since 2020. Having worked in the water industry for over 45 years, Peter Perry announced in April this year that he plans to retire in spring 2026. The Environment Agency has issued a drought permit that will allow Yorkshire Water to reduce how much water is released from the Grimworth Reservoir to top up natural flows within the River Wharfe. The permit allows them to extract additional water from the river at Lobwood, near Ilkley, and to reduce the amount it releases into the river from Grimworth Reservoir. Just Group plc has provided financing for the refurbishment of the Haweswater Aqueduct as part of the Haweswater Aqueduct Resilience Programme. The proceeds of the transaction, completed in August 2025, will finance part of the estimated construction cost of £3 billion to deliver the project. WaterAid has responded to a new report on the progress made on household drinking water and sanitation from 2000 to 2024, launched by the World Health Organization and UNICEF during World Water Week 2025. It reveals that, while some progress has been made, major gaps persist. People living in low-income countries, fragile contexts, rural communities, children, and minority ethnic and indigenous groups face the greatest disparities. WaterAid's Executive Director, Global Policy and Campaigns, Sol Oyuela, said, "It's sadly no surprise and utterly shameful that the UN's goal to ensure clean water, toilets and hygiene for all by 2030 is set to be missed. A continued lack of urgency from decision-makers, compounded by recent aid cuts, is pushing progress in the wrong direction. That must change, and fast, because water is the difference between life and death for millions. Everything from health to security and growth starts with water. Without it, all progress crumbles." And finally, the Environmental Monitoring Awards, taking place on the 17th September 2025 at the NEC Birmingham, has unveiled their eagerly awaited shortlist, recognizing excellence in water quality management, environmental monitoring, and digital innovation. Hosted jointly by the Water, Wastewater and Environmental Management Expo and the Air Quality and Emissions Expo, The awards are judged by respected industry peers to highlight the pioneering projects and partnerships shaping the future of environmental monitoring. That's it for this week. I'll be back next week for another episode of SplashCast. Whilst I'm gathering news and performing other mundane AI tasks, take care of yourself.